We love living local. We are Scott and Kelly Greats, third generation Central New Yorkers who live, work, and play right here in the heart of New York.
The mission of this podcast is to shine a spotlight on the people, places, and events that make our community an amazing place to live.
We don't run ads. We don't talk politics. Our only ask is that you help us spread the love that we have for this community by sharing these episodes with your neighbors.
Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode.
All right, weekly recap time. Six
been a while.
businesses. We missed a week. We were in Florida. We could have recapped that.
It didn't feel like Florida, I've got to say. Like, it was chilly.
It's winter in Florida, too.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. We went down in January, and it was, I think, high 30s one night. And we were down there last week. And high 40s, mid to high 40s for lows.
Right. And then the highest we got, I think, was like 68 during the day.
No shoveling, so not complaining.
We're not complaining, but we wanted a little bit warmer. A little bit warmer would have been nicer for me.
We'll put our order in earlier next year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we came back and we got after it at the end of last week. So we've got six businesses to talk about. Kelly wants to start with one of our faves, Roma's.
Roma's Sausage and Deli, I think it's called.
Yeah, don't forget the deli.
There's two locations. There's one on Bleecker Street, and then there's another one in Washington Mills. That's the one that I stopped at. I had about 20 minutes before an appointment of mine in Utica. So I went over there and I got some lunch meat because we were out of groceries. They are so friendly in there. I just love them. And they're
friendly to the pretty ladies.
Oh, stop it. They're friendly to everybody.
All right. Yeah.
To everybody. So, yeah, they have a huge selection of meats and cheeses and even specialty items that if you want to cook a more Italian, style food, there's a bunch of stuff that you can find there that you can't find anywhere else. And I know one of the things that I picked up is the pastina. Like our grandmothers used to make the soup with the little, they're almost like stars.
Did you use that? Did I miss it?
I haven't used it yet.
Oh, right.
No, but I did buy it. So I bought that. I bought some hot capical. I bought some turkey and ham. And then, of course, I got a tomato pie because it was Friday and we were not going to eat meat for lunch. So I brought home a tomato pie.
We keep saying it's on our list. We're going to do a tomato pie throwdown where we're going to employ like 10 teenagers to give us their taste test, their thoughts, rate it, figure out once and for all, in the eyes of the most important people, the kids, who has the best tomato pie. We're going to pay them with tomato pie.
Yeah. And so if you have suggestions, I mean, we know the staples. If you have suggestions on where we should get tomato pies from, please let us know that because we've got about 4 or 5 that we know for sure we're going to include, but some places may have it that we don't know about.
Looking for that dark horse.
Yeah.
Might be out there. All right, let's talk about Salvatore's and Herkimer. Sticking with the no meat on Friday during Lent, we decided to get fish fries. We actually split a fish fry.
And Jenna doesn't eat fish, so it's important that we be able to order someplace that has something other than fish. We were going to go to Fat Cats, but I could not even get through. The line was busy, and then they didn't answer. So
good problem to have.
Yeah, I think they were really busy. But anyway, we went to Salvatore's.
Also, audience feedback. Another thing we would love to know is like which little nonprofit, charity, civic organizations are doing fish fries during Lent. I know some fire departments will do it. I know the VFW.
Our go-to favorite, the VFW in Frankfort, does not do it anymore because I called there Friday morning and I asked, and they said, unfortunately, they do not do it anymore. So
a lot of work, a lot of paperwork in New York State with health department and stuff, but whatever. So yeah, if you know of anyone that's doing fish fries during Lent, let us know. But Salvatore is part of the Magro dynasty, always consistent. We got
calamari fish fry,
really good. The fish fry, and then Jenna got
pizza.
Can't go wrong with pizza.
Yep.
Speaking of pizza, Saturday, my mother's birthday was Friday.
And like he said, we had just gotten back, and it was.
We took mom to dinner at 1886 Prime in Frankfurt, and they don't serve alcohol, but they let you bring your own.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. So we brought a bottle of wine And the kids, 2 of the kids.
The food was amazing. It was packed when we walked in, and it was early. It was like 4:45.
Yeah. We thought we were getting the early bird special, and we were late to the party.
Yeah.
We were there a
Well.
little after. It wasn't that early. It was but it was shortly after 5.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah.
The gift that we gave my mother was lunch for the next 3 days.
Holy,
Because
the portions were huge. We walked in, and they have a specials board that you can order off of. They have an extensive menu of specials, pizzas. I know they're doing subs now. They've added quite a few things to their menu. I got the parm encrusted chicken over vodka Riggies, and it was awesome.
little different version of chicken riggies. Really cool take on it.
Well, it's vodka Riggies. It's not chicken Riggies.
Well,
and the
you
chicken,
had the chicken on it. Well, you
yeah,
could have
it's
put
fried chicken on the top of it.
chicken or steak. Yeah.
And it was chicken or veal they
Oh,
would have
okay.
done. You're talking about the chicken Riggies. You can get that with chicken or steak mixed in. Yeah, it was 2 separate dishes.
I
but
clearly don't know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Shocker.
Scott got a burger. So
Which, by the way, sounds really weird. But talking to Tucker, the owner of the place, he was explaining the type of beef they get for these burgers a while back. And he's like, look, I know it's my place. I'm not just saying this, but he was explaining why it was like the best of the best.
and they're almost like smash burgers. They're
Yeah.
really like thin, 2 patties.
Efficient is the way I would describe it. When it came out, it doesn't look like your big, overwhelming burger that you're used to. Very thin, but super flavorful and dense, if that makes sense, right? So it was very filling.
Connor also got a burger too.
Yeah, really
he got
good
the
flavor.
chicken bacon ranch
You got the
burger, I
chicken-
think.
Yeah, and I got the black and blue. So the blue cheese. Really good. Everything
Jenna
was good.
got raviolis and meatballs. She finished almost her whole dinner. And then Anne got an antipasto that was massive. I mean,
It would have been if we just shared that. Oh, we got rice balls as an
Oh, yeah,
appetizer.
they were
If we
really
had
good,
just done
too.
the antipasto for an appetizer, we wouldn't have finished it with the 5 of us. Pretty ridiculous. So 1886 Prime in Frankfurt. Check that out.
and Ivory was fantastic.
Yep.
She
Ivory was our server running wild.
She did a great
was-
job
it
at
was
managing all the
packed.
tables that were in there.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
know you did it.
I
for a
did it. Yeah.
while.
That was one of my favorite jobs, I've got to say, was waiting tables.
Tip your server. Tip
Yeah.
your pizza delivery person. As a former pizza delivery person, greatest job ever, by the way. But it used to infuriate me that a server at a restaurant, working hard, I'm not saying it's not hard work, it's certainly hard work, but they would walk your food 12 feet from the kitchen to your table and get 15 to 20% of the bill. I would drive 6.5 miles, risking my life in a snowstorm to bring you your pizza and wings and not even get $1. Very frustrating. Side note, total side note
Okay.
there. all
That's
right?
okay.
We're here
listening.
to help the people of
Yep.
the 315 become better tippers.
There you go.
Among other things. On Saturday, the State Farm Agency, we did a I don't know, just community appreciation day. Really, it was for anyone who wanted to come and enjoy a movie at Valley Cinemas in Little Falls. The movie was
Migration.
Migration, about a duck who leaves the city and ends up somewhere. We didn't stay for the movie,
We did not.
but I hear it's really good. So Kelly and I went to Valley Cinema in Little Falls. They will be our Hey Neighbor on Wednesday. So check out their backstory about the cinema. Really interesting industry, obviously going through some major changes with streaming services and whatnot. But, it's just good to bring the community together. We probably had a couple hundred people.
You definitely had over 100 because that one cinema, I think he said, would have 300 seats or something like that. And they had to open up the other cinema.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
was definitely quite a few people, which was great. So we'll talk long form on Wednesday with Valley Cinema, and from there we went to Toca Boca,
Yes.
which we just stopped in for a drink, maybe 2. No lunch.
think it was 2. Yeah.
But that's a place that we need to highlight sooner than later. Joe Sweet is on our hit list of people to get on.
Yep.
Hey Neighbor. They've been in business a couple of years now,
Yes.
and I think
Just opened up the new location last
during
year.
the pandemic. I think is
Well,
when the Herkimer location
right.
opened, and then last summer they opened up an Old Forge.
We
Really,
haven't been there yet to the Old Forge location. That's on our list this summer.
yeah,
for sure.
really unique take on a lot of, so you get the standard restaurant menus, right?
Right, like chicken fingers and
the burgers
bar
and
food and
just different versions of the same 10 things. Toca Boca does all kinds of wild, wacky,
yeah, they have like chalupas. They have the empanadas. They have like
and even different versions
Yep.
of those. And what's cool is it's all kind of not family style, but small plates.
small
So you kind of,
tapas.
so you can pick and choose. And but we'll talk more about that when we get them on. So they're on our short list. But
I had a delicious Bloody Mary, and we took pictures, and I commented on how good it was. And they use a mix from the Adirondack region that's carrot based instead of tomato based, and it was really, really good. So that was my cocktail. It was
Yeah.
really good.
I can't do tomato juice. I'm kind of jealous because
I love a
they
Bloody
always
Mary.
look so good.
I know they are.
And it's like an acceptable way to drink in the morning. I mean, just pounding vodka is a different look. But when you fancy it up with olives and bacon and
you get
tomato
yourself a
juice.
mimosa, honey. You can do a mimosa.
All right, and then yesterday, Sunday, we went to our first ever. It's a shortening list of things that we've never done.
Yeah.
And it's even shorter now because we went to our first ever women's college basketball game, with the exception of back in the St. John Fisher days. We went to some girls' basketball games then. But yeah, we went to the Syracuse Pitt game. And I'm just going to say it. The gender bias is real. We all know this, right?
That was the first thing I said to you when we walked in.
Well, the fact that up until yesterday, here we are living in central New York, fans of Syracuse Orange, and
a daughter that plays basketball.
If the
basketball.
men's team had a player that was the 5th all-time leading scorer in NCAA basketball history, how big of a story would that be? I mean, it'd be bigger than Carmelo Anthony back in the day.
Yeah.
Like the story, right? Huge. And for whatever reason, the girl from Iowa helped me. State Farm sponsors her. I should really know her name. Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Awesome player. Just became the all-time leading scorer. She's getting a lot of notoriety on a national level. But De'Asia Farr at Syracuse became the 5th leading scorer in women's basketball history yesterday. And she's only like 102 points away from moving up to number 3 all time on that list.
And she's from Rochester.
She's from Rochester.
Yep.
And I had no idea.
I didn't know either.
Which is wild.
Yep.
But that someone that good is right here and we don't even know about it.
And Pitt brought it. Like when we were on our way out there, we knew that Syracuse, what are they ranked 13th?
17th. The new polls haven't come out yet, but last week 17th.
And so we really didn't think that we were like 18-point favorites or something like that. Yeah. And so we didn't anticipate seeing a very close game, and Pitt brought it. And they had this one girl that was number 11. I don't know her name, but she was a beast.
Well, 11
too.
was good, but number 2 ate us up.
Yeah.
I don't have names.
It was a great game, though.
She had almost 30 points.
All of Jenna's team was there, the JV basketball team, and got to be on the court for the national anthem, and it was fun.
It was, it's general admission, which is wild. So everyone sits on the floor and in the lower level. They get about 4,000 people there, and it got loud at the end.
Yeah.
Pitt, I don't know the numbers. I don't have it in front of me, but we were down, I want to say 8 to start the 4th quarter, and we were an 18-point favorite. And De'Asia Farr did what stars do, kind of took control of the game in the 4th quarter. She had double-digit points. I don't know. They ended up winning by 10. So it was a wild turnaround. But, hopefully they make some noise in the tournament, and we'll keep you posted. But wild.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
That someone that good is right here.
Yep.
And yesterday was the first time I heard about it.
Yep, me too.
And I'm a sports fan. Crazy. Anyway. All right. That's our recap. What do we miss?
I don't think we missed anything.
Any corrections? Any additions?
Laundry.
We did a lot of laundry. Let me know if that sounds like a familiar local thing. Cool. Then we will see you out there.
Thank you for tuning in to another Love Living Local episode. Before you head out to support all things Central New York, we just have one ask of you. Please help us share the love we have for our community by sharing this podcast with a neighbor of yours. We truly appreciate you. In fact, you are one of the many reasons we love living local.